All right, we are back at it again. Another free cleaning for this beautiful girl. And in this office, you can see it has just become a catch-all. Literally everything, anything has come in this room. But the other thing is, this is the room that their dog hangs out in. It's where she eats, sleeps. Like, this is like her space. So this room not only needed a serious like declutter and organization, but also a really good cleaning. As you can see, she was a husky, and I know huskies and they shed like none other. So getting a really good cleaning in here, vacuuming, and organizing stuff out was a must on this day. Also, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Cambria. I do these free cleanings about once a week, or honestly, when I have the time to do them, helping local moms in my area. Because as a mom, I know that life can get hectic and crazy, and sometimes you really just need a helping hand. And honestly, like this weekend for me was a prime example of how things can get so crazy so quickly. I honestly was just having one of those days this weekend, and it can get you down so quickly. I was like contemplating if I was going to talk about this, but I'm like, you know what? No one ever does. And I cannot be the only one that sometimes feels this way. And then also feels like, I don't know, what's the word? I don't want to say stupid, but that's kind of what the word feels like it should be, but I know it's not. But stupid for feeling this way. And it's that like those days where you feel like the weight of the world is on you. You have been doing so much, and at the same time, you feel completely like underappreciated. And I know it's not true. And that is often why I don't I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I feeling this way? But as moms, we do a lot. And often in society alone, it is put on us that that's just normal. There's not usually a lot of appreciation, and you see it all over the place. And I think that plays into it. I was thinking about it. I'm like, we get people's opinions probably a lot more than we should. Like a lot more than nature intended with social media and stuff nowadays. But it's everywhere you look. So if you are having a hormonal day and then on top of that, you see the videos of a dad making dinner and being the best dad in the world, and you're like, okay, I literally do that every single day. Or those videos of dads coming home after work and helping their wives clean the house, and either the comments of people saying, oh, you're amazing, or you have men in the comments saying, where's your wife? That's her duty. That's her job. Like those type of things. And I feel like that is a big, like, play into often how you can feel unappreciated, not just by your own family, but by society in itself. And that's how I was feeling this weekend. And I can't put it all to words exactly why. Probably a lot of it was hormonal, but it doesn't change the way that I felt. And it made me not want to do anything. I feel like I do so much and get very little appreciation for it, and all these things, and a mix of just getting over being sick and all the stuff that it makes it really hard. Man, even now as I'm talking about it, I'm like constantly trying to catch myself because I don't want to sound unappreciative or like Bobby and the kids take advantage of me, because that's completely not it. And that is why I think people have a hard time talking about this. And I wanted to talk about this because I want to know if you understand what I am saying. Like, I know that my husband and kids appreciate me. I also know that they are amazing and help me out so much around the house. And they definitely don't take advantage of me. But there are still times where that feeling falls on you. And it can be from the littlest, stupidest things. Honestly, what started my whole day off like that and just put me in a mood to say was getting up and Freya not being able to find her glasses. And you're gonna be like, okay, why does this play into it? And like I said, it's silly, it's crazy, but it played into it. And it was because Freya had fallen asleep on Xander's bed the night before, and I had mentioned to Bobby that we should move her because if we don't, Xander's not going to have somewhere to sleep. And he ended up falling asleep before moving her. I ended up falling asleep, so I ended up not moving her. So the next morning when I woke up, she had spilt something in Xander's bed. I don't know what it was, but all I know is all of his bedding was on the floor. So I woke up and had to wash that right away. And I had to wash it right away right after literally washing all the bedding. So I had washed all the bedding the day before and I had to wash it again. And then trying to find her glasses and not knowing where they were because I'm like, okay, you were in his room, you were in your room, you were in the family room, like looking all over the place, not able to find it. And when you are exhausted, hormonal, I'm still getting over being sick, and I think that played a lot into it. Those little things are what like set me over the edge that day. Literally having to wash bedding and find glasses. So when people say, I don't know how someone can let their place get so overwhelming and so stressed out, that is when I'm like, I can relate, because when I am in those moments of feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, unappreciative, I don't want to do anything. I just want to like shove stuff. I want to go crawl into a ball and not do anything. And it makes sense. And that is just one day. So if you can imagine if you are dealing with much more severe mental or physical situations, how much easier it is to let stuff go. And when it comes to rooms like this, these rooms are often just a situation of people feeling paralyzed. It has turned into so much of just, well, just put it in here, just put it in here. And they get to a point where not even knowing where to start. And when I go in here, I always tell them, like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm coming in here with zero emotions, zero like connection to anything. It is purely just a getting the project done. So I always just go around and I am doing a like chaotic organization, because I know if the homeowner was in here, the organization would probably be more detailed, more nitpicky. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that can kill motivation. We are looking to get a lot done in a very short amount of time. So I want to do very broad categories. So electronic type stuff. So that's going to be cords, light bulbs, batteries, anything that like comes from power, makes power. I was putting that in a category. I had gotten to a point where there was a lot of like little decor pieces, and I ended up just putting it on here. At first I was like, oh, I'll set this shelf up pretty again. And I'm like, no, we're just going to put all decor pieces over here. That way she can go through and figure it out. And the reason I do that is, like I said, one, it's a time frame thing. I am here for 3 to 4 hours, and that is it. And I am looking to get the max amount of stuff done in a very short amount of time. And I want to get the stuff that is going to make it a lot easier for the homeowner to keep moving forward with this project. So I know if I at least get things into very broad organization situations, she can come in here when the baby's sleeping, if it's for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 minutes, and go through a small area at a time and feel so much less overwhelmed, because it's like, okay, I'm just going to look in this bin of electronic stuff and maybe I'll just grab out all the light bulbs and put them where they belong, or just grab out all the chargers and put those where they belong. And they can get the stuff done, not feel overwhelmed, and be able to actually stay on top of it. When before I came walking into this room, it probably would have taken 5 to 10 minutes just to even think about where to start. And that's often where people get stumped, is it just gets overwhelmed and then it's like not knowing where to start. And the process does make things get worse before it gets better naturally. I had to pull stuff out into the dining room, family room area, which actually worked because she was going through stuff out there and watching the baby and everything while I was in here. But it can be hard sometimes when you're like, okay, I'm trying to take care of a 8-month-old. I'm trying to get this room reorganized, and I feel like I'm moving backwards because things are just getting more chaotic before they're getting better.
On a Saturday night, I should have gone to bed, but I'm feeling alright. I'm thinking about us, girl, and I hate that we fight, regretting what's been said and done. I guess I really need to tell you how I'm feeling inside. Even if I try, can't get you out of my mind. Suddenly it's obvious that you're the one. Listen what I say, are you ready or not? Time to step it up, give it all you got. I'll be on my way, waiting outside your door. You are all I want and more. And girl, I know we're better than the rest together. So much more. It ain't better to be.
Also, I apologize if I still sound off. I am feeling a lot better, but I am still so congested, like extremely congested, and I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. Also, I apologize for the rant. I swear I do that sometimes, and I don't even realize how long I talk sometimes. But definitely let me know if you guys can understand and relate to what I am saying, because I will say, I was like, do I talk about this? Don't I talk about this? Like, this is how I'm feeling, and I feel like I should, because I'm sure there's other people that can relate. But I also felt really awkward about talking about it. It's not an easy thing to talk about. When we're trying to get it all done, you don't want to talk about the hard times sometimes. Oh, I had to show this. Like I said, husky. I can relate to husky, and I just had to show how much hair was in this carpeting. I had to empty out this vacuum probably like 6 times while cleaning this room, and I went over this carpet multiple times to try and get as much of it up as possible. Now the nice thing is this carpet and his hair blend very well, so you couldn't see it that well from like a distance, but yes, definitely up close there was a lot. So I wanted to make sure to get as much of that out as possible. She did not have the crevice tool for her vacuum. So next best thing is using your hands to get it all out. So that's what I was doing. I was just trying to get all that hair out of the edges and everything. That way I could get it vacuumed up, because in those edges especially, it really likes to pool and connect. Now, I will say, if you can relate to anything that I was talking about before, I want to be the first to tell you that you are doing enough. You are doing a lot, and you need to give yourself some grace. I feel like we all need to hear that sometimes, because often we are our own worst critics. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, will literally be thinking about my day and be like, oh man, I didn't really get anything done. And then I really think about it, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I tell myself I didn't get anything done and I'm just a stay-at-home mom, or just a work-from-home mom, or just this, just that? And it's, you look at actually what you got done, and it's crazy. I will be like, oh, I didn't get anything done because maybe I didn't work on work stuff on that day. But I still took the kids to school, made breakfast, lunch, dinner, pick the kids up from school, maintained the house. Like, I still got a lot done, but sometimes if I don't see like something that has to do with a financial support to my family, I feel like I'm not doing anything. If that makes sense, like I'm not getting anything done. And I feel like as women and mothers, and especially stay-at-home moms, a lot of us can relate to that, of feeling like, oh, I didn't really do anything today, because so much of society puts value on money, which is funny because money is literally just this fake, it's basically Monopoly printed for us. But we put our value in this paper that we're given, that if I don't do anything that relates to bringing in an income, I feel like I didn't get anything done, which is so like completely not true. And it's easy to fall into that and then get depressed, feel anxious, and lose all motivation to actually keep up with the things that do actually matter, probably more than anything. See, we put this value on this paper that's literally being printed every single day, and we lose track of the value of our children and our families and the home that we are creating, and how important a good home is. Like, you could hear stories every time of people saying they can't get out of where they are because of the home they grew up in, and they are who they are because of the way they were raised. So we need to put a bigger value on what we are doing as mothers and homemakers, because it does matter. You may not be bringing home some Monopoly money, or maybe you are. Like I said, I work from home, but I'll still take those days that if I'm not doing something that is financially benefiting, feeling I'm doing nothing. But I am also raising one son that wants to be a doctor, another son that wants to be in law enforcement. And if they do those things, great. If they don't, great, not a big deal. But it doesn't change the fact that I am raising our future generation. You are raising our future generation, or have raised our future generation. So definitely think about it. If you're someone that feeling unuseful or unvaluable because of a financial situation, just remember there's more value in things other than money. And it may not feel like it with society nowadays, but there definitely is things worth so much more than that little green paper that they print every single day and tell us is worth so much.
This is me, I'm so royal, and you all wanna be round. Yeah, you all wanna be round. Round a champion, a champion. I got tons of soul on my true collectible. Famous, also famous, number one desirable. I do what I want when I want and how I want it. Leave you with the one in, yeah, that's how I roll. I got change to throw, I don't care about no gold. Better, so much better, flipping incredible. Always on the show, so they know that I still got it. And I never feel sorry, yeah, to all the world. This is me, I'm so royal, and you all wanna be round. Yeah, you all wanna be round. Round a champion, a champion. This is me, I'm still on it. Cause you all wanna be loved. Yeah, you all wanna be loved by a champion.
So as I was going around this room, I quickly noticed that this mama really enjoyed doing artsy stuff. There was different beads and ribbons and colored pencils, like just things that were obviously artsy, which is a woman for my own heart. I love artsy stuff. I love being able to draw and paint and crochet and knit and all of these things that are artsy. But often, especially in this situation, she's a new mom. This is her first baby, so just trying to figure it all out, which I will say, I think the first is probably the hardest because you're trying to figure it all out. She's also still a fairly new wife. She hasn't been married that long, only a couple years. I think she said like 2 years at this point. So there's still a lot of things being figured out. And I know in the very beginning, you still want to do all this artsy stuff, but you're trying to figure out like how you fit in being a mom and a wife with being who you used to be and doing the things you used to enjoy, like the arts and crafts and stuff like that. So I wanted to really make sure that this was going to be able to be a space that she could come in and start doing those things again, because it's really, really easy to lose who you are when you first start having kids. And really your whole identity becomes your children. And I won't say that there's anything wrong with that. I always say, like, I am not the person I was before kids, and I'm never going to be that person I was before kids, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the person that I am. But it's also important to still value and think about yourself, and it's really easy to lose those things. We get so caught up in being a wife and being a mother that I wanted to give her this space to remember the things she enjoys and she loves doing. And I want that to be a reminder for you as well, because I'm sure you get it also, is I want you to remember the things you enjoy doing and love doing, and make sure you make time for those different things. I really enjoy like decorating and painting and stuff like that. So that is why I take advantage of the holidays. I love doing it, so I do it. It doesn't matter what people say or society tells me, I still really enjoy doing it. I'm actually currently working on some new decorations for Christmas that we're going to be putting outside, and I get to use my creative side, and I've really been enjoying it. Little cutout decorations. If you remember, I've done different painted decorations in the past. When we lived in Wisconsin, I did our cutouts where people could take pictures in front of our yard with our cutouts. We have the different Halloween cutouts, but this Christmas, I want to get more detailed. So I have been doing like character type paintings. That way we can put them outside, and even if the weather isn't great and it's super windy, because we do love our inflatables. I know some people hate inflatables. We love them. The kids love them. But what I don't love about them is they are very weather dependent. If it is too windy, they have to be done down, otherwise they'll get ruined. So I really wanted to work on some decorations that could be out all the time and are more daytime decorations than just nighttime decorations, because often our holiday decor like is magical at night and it just doesn't have the same magic during the day. And that's really what I want to work on this year. I did tell Bobby though, I'm like, if this works out, because I'm always like nervous, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm like, this is going to have to be added throughout the years, because it's a lot of work to make these little cutouts for the houses.
Let's say I let you call me baby. Let's say I let you hold my hand. Let's say I let you stay for coffee in the morning, 'cause you spent the night right next to me. Let's say I let you buy me dinner. Let's say I let you meet my friends. Let's say I let you have my number. Well, I guess this time I didn't stand a chance. Oh no.
Another big thing to do when you're doing a room declutter like this and you're feeling overwhelmed, and exactly what I told her, I'm like, don't focus on every little piece right away. I'm like, focus on the obvious stuff you know you can get rid of or you know belongs in a different space and have just kind of accumulated in this room. By focusing on the obvious steps first, things move quickly, and then you get to see your progress, which gives you the motivation. When you see the progress, it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm like, don't get stuck on the little things, the nitpicky things. Those are always things that we can come back to. Focus on the obvious stuff, obvious trash, obvious donations, obvious this belongs somewhere else type stuff. By doing that, those are things that I have learned make such a difference in projects that I don't want to do. Like in projects that I'm like, don't know where to start, don't know what to do. And then you can always come back and do more. I feel like often we feel like when we start a project, if we can't do it perfect from start to finish, we don't even want to start it. And that's why I always tell people progress over perfection, because you don't have to make it perfect, especially not right away. I have spent years working on a system and it's still not perfect. Trying to become more minimalish. I'm not going to say minimalist because I'm definitely not a minimalist, but minimalish because I know it's easier to maintain the less stuff I have, but it took years of doing that because there's always that as you first start, like, well, what if I end up needing this? What if I end up wanting this? And really like learning what things for you do you find necessary or what things are easy to let go. And I have put like rules in place for when I am decluttering or organizing my house. Big thing being, if I can replace it within an hour for under $20, I'm getting rid of it. Like, I'm not even questioning it. If I have not used it in a while and I've been hemming and hawing about, oh, what if I could use it, but I can replace it within an hour for under $20, it is gone. And those type of rules help a lot because especially in like kitchen gadgets, and I used to have so many kitchen gadgets, being able to look at something and be like, okay, I can literally go to the dollar store and buy a new one, or I can go to Walmart and buy a new one and they're cheap and I haven't been using this, so I should just get rid of it. And if I really one day wake up and be like, oh man, I really wish I had that melon baller, I can go get a new melon baller. But if it's something that I'm not using, we often put value on the physical things, but we forget the value of the actual time you're saving by not having so much stuff. And by decluttering, by saving yourself time, you are saving yourself money. Cutting down the amount of time you spend having to organize and clean and take care of things. Just like a job, if you are getting paid hourly, like your time is worth something, and it's good to look at it that way and not just feel like you're just getting rid of stuff. The other thing I started doing is, unless it's like a specific item, I donate everything, write it off on my taxes, and I try and get it out of my house as soon as possible so I don't like overthink the situation. But we're coming close to the end. My favorite part, the before and afters. I just always love seeing like what can get done in such a short amount of time. And on this day, it was about 3 hours. Nothing too crazy, just 3 hours of making the space better than it was. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that share button. That is a huge help. Honestly, all of those things. Leave a comment that's more than 10 words long. Those are things that help promote my channel, and I really appreciate each and every one of you that do that every single week. But I will see you in the next one.
You got a smile